On today's episode of The Truth About Beer and...
Warning. Viewer-listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not fact-checked. It is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example out of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this. It's the beer talking.
Welcome to The Truth About Beer.
All the crap that we're interested in.
I'm Keith Davidson.
I'm Papa Joey Stave.
I'm Tim Rice.
Searching for
the truth.
Exploring
the
the
unexplained.
Investigating the paranormal.
paranormal.
Subscribe now.
Hit the alert button.
Hit the alert button so you don't miss an episode. Welcome to The Truth
About beer.
and...
All right, so here we are at the Dona Ana County Courthouse in jail, here with Vicky, and we're going to do our lockdown tonight, and hopefully we get some good stuff. So, why don't you tell us a little about the place? It's our first time here.
So the history of this building is that it was built in 1937. It was a project by President Roosevelt at the time to get people back into working after the Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
It's built out of mostly steel and concrete. A lot of people think it's adobe, but it's steel and concrete. Engineer and architects have gone through, even to this day, it's a very sound building. So they did a very good job back at the time. This served as the Dona Ana County Courthouse up until 2008, when they shut it down and moved to a new building.
Okay.
This jail portion here is an annex that was built on in 1969. The original plans and drawings of the building, the jail was up on the 3rd floor.
Oh, okay.
But as the city expanded and they needed more room, this was built on in 1969 and vacated in 1996 when the new Dona Ana County Detention Center was built across town.
Okay. So does it just stand as like a museum now for people to visit, or?
Right now, it's a vacant building. There's a group of investors that have purchased or leased the building, and what they want to do is turn it into a 4-star hotel.
Oh boy.
So the jail portion here will actually be torn down.
Oh, wow.
And will become a 3 or 4-story tower with the rooms for the hotel. It'll have conference rooms on the 1st floor. It will have a ballroom and bar on the 2nd floor, world-class spa and gym on the 3rd floor, and a rooftop bar and grill up there.
Interesting.
Swimming pool. So, I mean, it's going to be a major renovation. It'll be very, very nice when it's all said and done. But right now, it's just an empty building.
It's also kind of bittersweet, though, because you're losing
Yes.
a piece of history, which...
It is a piece of history, and I myself retired as a Dona Ana County Detention Center officer.
Okay.
I was director at the time that I left, and I started my career in this building. So I actually worked in here with the inmates. How did we, to explain to you a little bit of how we got into the building and why we're here. In order to have a 4-star hotel, you have to have an on-site tour guide. And my partner, David Kreider from Southwest Expeditions, is a tour adventure company here in town.
Okay.
He conducts tours, boat rafting down the river, all kinds of things. So they asked David if he would come in and be a part of that, and he said yes, of course. And they allowed him to come in, set up his office here, and kind of help keep an eye out on the building.
Right.
Okay, so when I met David, I told him, hey, this building is haunted. And he's like, no, I don't want to know about that, you know. And I showed him a picture of the shadow figure that I captured back here. And so ever since then, I've been working with him. David is very sensitive. He's actually seen the shadow guy himself. He hears things, sees things, extremely sensitive, but he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. So anyways, working with him. I've been actually investigating this building with my group, Out West Paranormal Investigators, since 2017.
Oh, wow.
So almost like 3.5 years already.
Yeah. So from what I hear from our group is that it's a pretty active place.
Extremely active place. Men's voices, women's voices, a child's voice. Hard sole footsteps can be heard. Footprints have been seen up on the second floor. Barefoot, extremely odd up there. The shadow guy has been down here. Doors open and close on their own, sometimes on demand. Ball, we set out a ball and asked the child to play with the ball, and it moved.
Okay.
So it's extremely active.
We got plenty of that. We have our doll Julie with us tonight, so we'll see if we get some action out of that. We got a couple of balls we can play with, so hopefully we'll get some action.
I mean, we've heard cell doors closing here when it's empty. Loud crashes and bangs coming from this area over here behind you. So it's really interesting place. I'll be curious to see what y'all get tonight.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be exciting. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And thanks for having us.
For coming.
Hopefully we get some good stuff for you.
Yeah, I really hope you have a good time. If nothing else, that's what it's all about, right?
It's all about it, especially nowadays. It's all about having fun.
I will say that David Kreider and Out West Paranormal sponsor investigations for the public. So the public can come in here up to about 6 people at a time, and we give them the cameras, the recorders, everything that they need to conduct their own investigations.
Okay.
And we just turn them loose for about 2.5 hours and say, get with it, you know,
Nice.
See what they may find. And it's incredible, some of the evidence that they come up with themselves.
I'm sure, yeah. And you got quite the camera system here. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. They can contact me at Out West Paranormal Investigator on Facebook, or Southwest Expeditions on Facebook, or swexpeditions.com.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. What we want is people to experience what we have. We're not here to tell you anything about it really, or try to persuade you one way or the other. We want people to make up their own minds. And 9 times out of 10, they leave out of here with their mind pretty well set.
Pretty well made up.
That it is an active building.
Well, cool. Well, we'll look forward to it.
Great. I'm glad to have y'all here.
Again, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
So this was Sud's first time at Dona Ana. Our sister group had a lot of activity in a certain area of the jail, so that's where Keith and I decided we were going to start.
Say you? No. Say you? No. Okay. We'll be back. You want to leave your REM here?
Oh, no, I'll take it.
Okay.
I heard shuffling.
That
was freaky.
very.
So after our initial fright, we decided to come back to that same area a little bit later. We had more reinforcements and take a look at what we got.
Is that you? Can you do that again? Where are you? Should you like to be called the Shadow Man? Again, like we did with the other thing you were messing with, the lights, with the K2, you can do this to answer questions. So again, This is going to be yes questions. So are you here with us? If you're here with us, light these lights. The shadow man here. I know you can use your energy to let it know you're part of the place tonight. And come over here to the light. And extend out. You know me by now, sure. Do you remember me?
And all of a sudden, Keith's recorder started getting all this interference, and there was really nothing around that would cause that.
Yeah, so it was static, followed by like a tick, 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 and it kept doing that. It did several times throughout this recording.
Where are you?
It's gone.
Where you at?
That was so weird. It was all distorted, and then it just started going tick, 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 tick.
Where's the shadow man? Come over here and touch this mel meter. This is what this is called, a mel meter. That's what it does when you come around. You remember the last time we were here? You remember all the emotion that you feel? Do you remember that?
It's that.
Is this thing?
That's interfering?
Yeah,
Is it really?
that's weird. No, it's not. It stopped. It crackles, you hear, and then all of a sudden it goes tick, 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 tick.
That's why I think Rebecca said hers was doing, wasn't it? Like making that crackly weird noises up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we be really quiet, you have two things you can do. We're going to be really quiet. One thing you can do is by letting us know you're around us, maybe. You do that. Or we're going to be really quiet and you can either scream, hit something, slam something, do something to let us know you're here. So we're going to be quiet. He just let me know he's here. So you're here. Look, point one. Thank you. So can we start asking you questions? If we can start asking you questions, make that go off again. Thank you. So, are you the same shadow man that was here the last time I was here? Is this your area here? Can you let that go off again? This is your area. Do that again. Do you like talking to me? Can you let that go off again? Thank you for doing that. Do we make you nervous? Do you want us to leave you alone?
So at this point in the investigation, you'll start to hear more interference. Then you'll see what appears to be
Do you
shadows.
want me to be by myself in here with you?
And the next time we see the shadows, something else happens with it.
Okay, so we're going to try this again. We're going to be very quiet, and we're going to listen for you, or again, you can do that again. Point 3. So we're going to be quiet starting right now, so you can either touch this, let us know you're here again, or we're going to hear you. Okay, we're going to be quiet, right? Now.
At this point, all four of us, so Wendy, Keith, Darren, and myself, started to hear more chatter, like up on one of the upper floors.
And you see them go off, and he says, wow, and he just got goosebumps like
There's a conversation going on upstairs.
A full-on conversation.
Are you here? It just went down. It was a 4.5. Yeah. Are you here? Where are you? Where you at? Did you just make this go all the way up to 4.5? Can you do that again? Can you make those numbers go up? Thank you. Can you make those go up? He's here. Oh, I got chills again. You hear that? Are you over there by the urn? Can you come back over here and touch this again? He walked away from me. He's not around me. You're back. You're telling me yes, I know. Oh, he touched my hand. He touched my hand. Oh, did you just touch my hand? Oh, look at Jill's. Oh my God. He just touched my hand. Oh, don't mess with it too much, okay? Okay, thank you. I know you're here. I feel you. What do you want? What's your name? Can you tell us your name? Can you do that for me? Oh God, I cannot believe he just touched my hand. I felt it. It was cold. It was this left hand.
My whole arm is tingling right now.
Okay, because my left hand is... There he is. He's here. Can you feel him?
I keep getting interference on this.
Okay, don't... Not too close, dude.
Keep your distance.
Oh, he's right here. He's on my hand. Just don't do anything. Just be cool, dude. You cannot attach yourself to me. You cannot attach yourself to me. Okay, right now, if you would please back off just a little bit. Back off a little bit. My arm feels like ice right now. I don't know if you can feel it. Does it feel colder to you? No? Oh my gosh.
You're actually sweaty.
I am sweaty, but I can feel the cold. My hand feels warm now.
Wow, it really got tingly.
You got tingly? He was right here. Oh, wait, he's coming back, guys. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't come too close. Back up again. I feel so clammy and cold. Recording, so I want to hear it.
I think we should go back up.
He walked off, he's gone.
So for those of you that are listening, following along, I just want to reiterate the fact that we were the only ones in the building that night. There was nobody else in there with us.
Yep, we had it locked down, and do have to say how big of a place it was. It's huge.
It's 3 floors.
3 floors.
So after hearing all the chatter and all the noises coming from upstairs, I made the suggestion that we go upstairs, and we did. That didn't disappoint, did it?
It sure didn't. So the only thing I wish we would have caught upstairs was more video.
Right.
But we do have some photos up there, but what we did have running up there pretty much the whole night was a parabolic microphone. What you're going to hear is a combination of personal digital recorders and that parabolic dish on this next bit.
Holy shit, what is that? Did you hear that? God, that killed my ears. That was so loud.
Did everybody hear earphones on?
I had the earphones. It's just through the parabolic. So it was like,
It sounded like it was in here.
yeah, it was a huge.
What the hell?
Go that way.
Shit.
Where's it at? Hey guys, let's go find it. We can't let's go find this fucking thing. See what it is. It's in here.
I think it's this window.
And how long ago was that now? Since we were at Dona Ana?
Since July 31st? A few months.
Yeah. It's only taken a few months to
Put out an episode?
try to put out an episode. This darn coronavirus.
Yes.
COVID.
But hey, what an experience.
Oh, that was awesome.
That place was awesome.
I really hope we get to go back again soon.
I think we will.
So from the beginning,
Viggy.
she says it was going to turn into a convention center.
Convention
Hotel.
center, yep. Yep.
So it's nice that, the history will still be preserved in some form.
Spiritual form. We never expected that type of evidence, though.
No, not the slams and all the craziness.
I mean, if you watched our first New Mexico episode that we did with Adobe Deli,
Yeah.
we featured that scene where Wendy got
That's right.
from Dona Ana,
Yeah.
where she got
And
the attachment, I want to say, or the entity that wouldn't leave her alone.
What episode was that? A New Mexican Adventure,
Yes,
I think we called it.
Yep.
Yeah, if you go back and revisit that, you'll see a clip where Wendy does get attacked, and that was at Dona Ana.
And it affected her.
It really did.
Really.
So it was really nice for her to go back and kind of reconnect with that same entity and control him a little bit more.
It wasn't as bad this time.
Yeah. I don't think he really ever meant her any harm to begin with. I just think he was so excited to have somebody to attach to.
He was just overbearing.
Yeah,
I think is what
very
it was.
overbearing.
Yeah. Yep.
And this time he pretty much listened to her. She said, hey, yeah, you can touch my hand and, we can be friends. But you're staying here. And she didn't say that, but
You're going to back off.
you're going to back off.
definitely
And,
back off.
it's my space. That's your space.
But I
so
think,
crazy.
I think the third floor was interesting, though, because I don't think we got on recording, but you and I both said we heard female voices up there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the woman's
Cell block.
cell block.
Yeah.
So, and we just kept hearing that whole session we did downstairs. We just kept hearing that chatter all night. We just heard talking upstairs, and we heard all kinds of different noises coming from upstairs.
Movement. Whether it was footsteps, but even the footsteps we heard sounded like, I don't think female inmates wore heels, but
That type of clicking.
it was that kind of clicking
Yeah.
sound. Yeah, it was pretty weird. And the fact that we were the only ones in the building,
Right.
just made it a very cool experience.
Because Rebecca and Steve were with us earlier in the night, but they had gone home at that point, so it was just the four of us in there.
Yeah,
which was pretty crazy.
A very fun night. One of my favorite things to do, and I think you really enjoy it too, is where we have our quiet time, you know. And so in wrapping this one up, we met in, I guess you would call it the foyer, or you know, so the main entrance into the jail. So there's like a sofa and a couple of love seats and a coffee table. You know? Yeah. We decided to sit there and do this, not total quiet time because we were talking, but we just wanted to make one last ditch effort to get some more evidence.
Well, didn't Wendy say if you do something that scares the crap out of us, we'll leave?
Exactly. She says, yeah, do something to make us leave, basically.
You make a big, loud bang. And do something that you know will freak us out. We will go get our stuff and leave. Or we just stay here all night.
What was that?
That was something moved. It was like a cable being shoved or something. That was so fucking loud. Thanks. Welcome to the truth about beer.